Today's Ask the Expert is sponsored by Synergy Home.
We're here with our Ask the expert, Jamie with Synergy Home. And today we're talking about why my AC is not keeping up. And I'll tell you, my living room stays hot, and it's because I have a vaulted ceiling. I think it might have something to do with I don't have enough insulation.
It can be insulation, it can be ductwork. So we've got a couple of things that are working against us. This is the hottest summer we've had in more than a decade, and it's staying hot. You know, a lot of times in Kentucky, it gets hot and then cools down, gets hot and cools down. Well, I saw on the weather this morning that it's gonna be 90 plus degrees every day this week. So our house, when it gets hot like that, you know, your attic, it turns into an oven. It has the greenhouse effect, just like our cars in the summertime. So we see attic temperatures of 150 degrees on the regular when it's over 90 outside. Most people don't realize that oven, that heat, is bearing down into your house on your second floor through your vaulted ceiling. And that lets us talk about insulation, because a lot of times people are like, why is my air conditioner not keeping up? Well, it's not your air conditioner's fault, it's probably your insulation's fault. So, you know, we're in Chevy Chase. A lot of the houses in Chevy Chase are a little bit older. Those floor joists in your attic, when you get there and walk around and balance yourself Clark Griswold style, right? Those are only about 6 inches tall. So that can tell you how much insulation you got, because most of the time it's not even covering those. So the average home we walk into only has about 8 inches of insulation. Believe it or not, that only gives you about 15 minutes of relief from this attic heat getting into here. So I'll go into people's house with an infrared camera and measure the ceiling. It's the same temperature as the attic. So that's bearing down on that. And even worse, if your air conditioner is up there, it's trying to push through an oven, trying to push cold air through an oven. The average that we see in Chevy Chase is about 8 inches of insulation. Today's building code, if you build a new house, the minimum the government will let you do is 15, almost twice what we're seeing in Chevy Chase. Energy Star recommends 20. And then, you know, we've talked enough to know that I highly recommend attic encapsulation, where we go in and we actually spray foam the roof of it and remove all this dirty, nasty, old pink cotton candy fiberglass. And if I do an attic encapsulation, the attic only gets 10 degrees warmer than the living space. So if you've got it 74, 75 in here, it's not even gonna get to 90 up here. Well, obviously 90 degrees in the attic is a whole lot better than 150 degrees in the attic, because the second law of thermodynamics, throwing some physics at you, thank you, Mr. Beetle, junior year high school. Second law of thermodynamics is heat chases cold. So you have this huge hot air mass right above your living space, and where's it trying to go? It's not trying to go outside, because your shingles are hotter than the hot air mass, so it's rejecting it. It's coming inside. And when we talk about an R value for your insulation, you've heard of R19, R15, R30. That's a resistance value, right? So that means that you're getting 19, 15, 30 minutes of relief from that heat. So R19 is only giving you 19 minutes of separation between 150 and 75. So that's why it's working so doggone hard. And that's why spray foam is a miracle, because it's gonna foam the roof, it's gonna keep it nice and cool in that attic so it doesn't have to work. The other thing that we're seeing a whole lot of is people have not done a very good job of maintaining their air conditioner. In our next episode, we're gonna talk about maintenance, and we're gonna dig into that a little bit more. But in your basement or your attic, wherever your air conditioner is, you have a cooling coil, and that's designed to blow cold air in the house. If it gets real dirty, it acts like, if you put a koozie on a can of Coke in the summertime, it keeps the Coke, right? Well, the dirt acts like a koozie, so we're not transferring temperature. Same thing with your outdoor unit. If you're not allowing the air to flow through that, you're not transferring temperature. So that's why we want to talk about maintenance. So on our next episode, we're going to do a deep dive on that. So if you're interested, let us talk to you about your insulation, your HVAC. Let us fix why your house is not keeping up, because we can do it, because it's not always the air conditioner. A lot of times it's not even the air conditioner. So let's take a holistic approach. Give us a call at Synergy, 859-687-0553 or mysynergyhome.com.
Today's Ask the Expert was sponsored by Synergy Home.
Information for the superheroes, Synergy Home, it's up on your screen.